Hey friends, I just wanted to take a quick moment to ask if you could check out the Blood Donut Studios Patreon. There's no obligation, of course, but if you're a fan of what we do, you can get all kinds of fun things like Star Trek commentaries, early access to our Star Trek reviews, extra bits of fresh-faced comics, and your name in the description of every Blood Donut video. That'll all be linked below. Thank you for your time. On with the show. Hello and welcome to Fresh Faced Comics, the comic book podcast, or a lifelong comic book reader who guides us through the world of comics for the first time. My name is Joey Morgan, the aforementioned lifelong reader. With me, as always, is Jacob Licklider, the aforementioned newbie.
I do a bit, but there is a shadow on the wall that this is episode 99.
Yeah. It's a big deal, and I'm so excited. Welcome to episode 99 of Fresh Faced Comics. Here's the thing also, is we have last week put an episode on Superman 2025, which was our 11th bonus episode. This is actually technically our 110th episode of the podcast, which kind of pokes a little hole in my balloon, but that's fine. That's all right. As far as the actual main episodes, the main numbered episodes.
The main numbered episodes. This is the episodes that follow the premise of this podcast being that Joey Morgan guides his friend through the world of comics for the first time.
That's true, which becomes less and less apt the more we go on. You are definitely no longer a newbie. But
no, I'm not, but we have branding.
We have a branding. We have to stick to the brand. You know what we should do, Jacob? We should be like Marvel Editorial. We should restart the numbering of this podcast and just...
We are not restarting it.
Continue with the same creative team, but with a different premise.
We aren't doing that. I'm not
at all salty about Unbreakable X-Men. That's fine.
That's fine.
But this isn't about my anger towards Marvel Editorial. This is about Batman Rebirth Deluxe Edition Book 3. This is issues number 33 through 44 and annual number 2 of Batman by Tom fucking King. Let's kick off our non-spoiler section. As always, Jacob, what is Batman Rebirth Deluxe Edition Book 3 about?
So, once again, much like our other two Rebirth Deluxe editions, this is not one story. This is a bunch of mini arcs. These mini arcs are actually all quite short. I think like the longest ones are 3-parters.
Yeah, that's only like 2 of them even. So
yeah. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
7. No, 8 different stories being told. Over the course of this volume. This volume does a lot. That's why it's probably the weakest volume so far. I say with an asterisk.
Interesting.
There are just a couple of decisions that I didn't quite hit as hard for me.
Interesting.
Enough, I think some of it is, there's some tropes that King does use in his first story. It's a trope that a lot of writers like to use with a certain character. And I don't love it.
Interesting. I think it's just the one thing, and it's very minor and not really used much.
It is a background element, but I'm like, just take away that background element, and you would have had something a lot better. Like, it's literally the background of only, I think, a handful of panels anyway. And
I think it's just the one page, isn't it? Like,
it might be though, just the one page.
I'm pretty sure it's just the one page. Like, yeah, I don't think it really affects my opinion much.
Here's the thing: when it's that's also a last page of an issue, and also like that night I had only read that issue just because of timing, so it might have.
So you're saying it's your fault? That's fine.
Well, not entirely. The problematic element is still a problematic element, Joey. But that being said, I've loved all 3 of these volumes.
Yay!
A lot. King does some great. King does some great stuff. A lot of this one is basically every arc is meant to reflect the relationship between Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle somehow.
Because spoilers, in the last volume, Bruce Wayne proposed to Selina Kyle, and after a lengthy story, Selina said yes. So a lot of this is about the time in between. We don't actually get the wedding in this volume. It's a lot of stories about...
If you were collecting this in paperbacks, I think there's 3 whole paperback volumes between the proposal and the wedding itself?
I think it might be 4. It depends on if you count War of Jokes and Riddles. Which some might. Some might not.
Yeah,
I think I would count it because it is after the proposal, but it's still about the proposal. So
yeah.
Either way, yeah. We importantly, because this is about the build up to the wedding. A lot of it's about Bruce's friends and how Selena interacts with those people, and I find those aspects of the trade the most fascinating.
Oh, they're really interesting.
There's a reason there's a reason for this deluxe edition that they chose the cover of Bruce, Superman, Selena, and Lois. Like it's great. I don't know why I use Superman and not Clark. Superman's the only secret identity I use. Clark. But yeah, there's a reason they chose that for the cover of this particular deluxe edition, because that is so much of what the stories collected in this volume are about.
Yeah, I mean, that's also that those two issues are probably also some of the just
so good. They're so
they
good.
they are not as deep as some of the stuff that King has done in this run so far.
Who fucking cares? They're so good.
They are so fun though. It is
so good.
It is the wait. What if guys, hear me out? We do a date night. And we just do a date night for 2 issues.
Yeah, and it's great. Like, oh, how can you not love it? It's wonderful. But yeah, of course there are a lot of other stories in this. But obviously we can't delve too much into those in a non-spoiler section. So I think perhaps we should get into some questions.
Yeah, we should probably get into some questions.
Let's get into some questions. Let's start off on the bit, I suppose. Let's see. Today we have submissions. We have a lot of submissions today. My God,
we have a lot of submissions for the bit and just for questions in general. It's
first off, from our friend Kian at Kian the Quark says Poison Ivy ? With a picture of a Vervoid from Terror of the Vervoids. Kian also submits Batman ? With a picture of what was it called, the Ghost from the Return of Doctor
Yes,
Mysterio from Doctor
he's
Who.
done. Either he or Jamie have done this bit before, like,
and then conversely, he submitted the exact same picture but with the caption Superman.
Again,
yeah, sure,
he's done this bit before.
Our friend Andrew at Andrew Doing Art submits Team Up Story ? With a picture of a DVD of Doctor Who: The Three Doctors. Which yes, that is a team up story. Yeah. Our friend Rules Panda at Joey Can Read This says World's Finest ? With a video of the Muppets, a crossover between Grover and Kermit singing "What Kind of Fool Am I?" Which is
on the Ed Sullivan Show.
It's amazing. Our friend Jamie at Jamie-Season 7 says Catwoman ? With a picture of Kara from Doctor Who's Survival, that's played by Lisa Bowerman, who is a cat person. Jamie also says Batman Catwoman ? With a parody panel of Spider-Man and Black Cat. So there's that. Doing the proposal from Batman. And then our last submission says Tom King ? With a in parentheses, this joke would have hit so much harder 5 years ago. And yes, Jamie, you're correct. I mean, do you know the joke, Jacob? I don't know if you know the joke.
I mean, it's a picture of Tom Taylor.
Yeah, it's a picture of Tom Taylor. It's an easy joke to understand, but yes, this was a much bigger joke, I guess, 5 years ago.
I just hope that when we eventually cover something by Tom Taylor, Jamie, because I know you listen to us regularly, I expect you to do the opposite, please.
Yes, of course. Next up, getting into some actual questions. Jamie then says, does Tom King write Wonder Woman the same way in this as in the current run? Which actually is a question I had not pondered until this very moment.
Yeah, so
I think there's some differences. There are some similarities as well, but there are some differences.
There are some differences. There are some points where I think King is a fan of a certain ship possibility.
Here's the thing: it's not even a ship I hate. It's just, you know, and here's the: it's not even something he fully commits to. Even it's just like what if, you know? It's not a terrible idea.
It's so weird. King here really does emphasize her compassion, which has been something that's been kind of rocky in his run proper in a lot of ways. His Wonder Woman run, that is.
I'll say the most recent issue in particular, issue 23, that we did some recently, has just some particularly compassionate Diana, and I really love that. I mean, here's the thing. I think King has always really exemplified Diana's compassion. It's just really that one massive thing that if you haven't read King's Wonder Woman and the end of the one big arc in that is a spoiler that really detracts from a lot of that goodwill, and otherwise he's been doing just fine with it. So
yeah, it's the thing is that one thing is potentially potentially character breaking. Like it's.
It depends. It depends. I think it depends on where King is going with it, and I think King is going in the right direction with it after it has happened. So
there's some stuff that leads me to believe he's going to. I don't want to say rectify it, but develop off of it because I don't know if it can be rectified. But that's a discussion for one shots. If you aren't checking out Fresh Faced One Shots,
do that.
Oddly enough, our coverage of King's Wonder Woman has always been the most interesting to have engagement on because it's very. I'm much more critical than Joey is. It's this very interesting.
I think you let the internet get to you.
I don't. That's the thing.
That's a lie, Jacob. There came a point in that run when I really felt that you just kind of arbitrarily started disliking it for like reasons that you were liking it before.
Look, there are things in it that have shifted. I am liking the current arc. The current arc has had one proper issue, and is great and interesting.
I'll say the last arc was great too, as a reflection, kind of.
Yes,
of Super Friends Wonder Woman from the volume we're covering today. There's a great Bruce Diana team up in both of those, and so
that is true. That is true.
Yeah, because the Murder on Mount Olympus was kind of the same thing, and King was covering a lot of the same territory in both of those. So that's interesting. But oh god, where was I? I don't even know. Next question. From Andrew. Andrew says, with a good chunk of the Tom King Batman run behind you now, do you think the controversy it faced at the time is understandable? I don't know.
How much controversy did it face at the time? Was a lot.
I'm not sure. Here's the thing. I never really paid attention to that much of it at the time. I was just enjoying the run. I really was. I
have a feeling Tom King is a writer that's difficult to read serialized, honestly. Like,
which is also interesting because like this run is being written very differently from his Wonder Woman stuff because this book was releasing twice monthly, and it's King is handling a lot in a really short timetable, and I don't know. I think it's far easier to read. Here's the thing. I think that applies to pretty much any comic book ever. Like it's so much easier to read trades and read entire story arcs in one sitting,
especially modern stuff. That's like it's the problem of a lot of modern comics are written with the fact that it's going to be a trade in mind, even though sometimes you just need some done in ones or done in twos. Like,
yeah, that's very true. But I mean, like, yeah, but there are like single issue stories in this very volume, and
yes,
and we still do get those occasionally in the current stuff with Wonder Woman. But no, I think. I don't know. I think most of the controversy that I can remember of the time comes from like the very end of the run. But like even then, I mean, maybe not the very end of the run. The very end of the run, I think was well received. I don't. But I mean, like I guess the post wedding leading up to the last arc stuff, maybe that was controversial. But honestly, I don't remember why. Probably just because of the fallout of the wedding. I guess that's about it. I don't know. I never really hated it, but I mean, it's to each their own. Andrew also says, what is your favorite aspect of the Tom King run so far?
Oh, it's Bruce and Selina's dynamic. Like,
of course.
It's gorgeous. It is fascinating. Elevated as well by just the artists that Tom King gets on the book.
Like so often it is the legend that is Mikkel Hannon, and that's wonderful. We also start getting in this volume Joelle Jones, who does a lot for their dynamic, I think. As well as I think we get Clayman in this as well. Who's
I was gonna say Clayman. I want to say Clayman does the Superman Super Friends.
Yes, because this is
Super Friends is written is shown as like a 4-part story. It's two-part stories. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, there's a reason they title them separately. Yeah. But yeah, no. Clayman is a big Tom King collaborator, specifically in regards to this run, because Clayman is the guy that will eventually end up drawing the Batman Catwoman maxi series afterwards. So.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Bruce and Selena, easily. Andrew's final question says, is episode 100 going to be when we finally tackle the Clone Saga? No, it's a Batman thing. It's a Batman thing, Andrew. Stop with this bullshit.
But we have to do the Clone Saga, apparently, even though with the only Spider-Man context I have is 3 volumes of Stan Lee. Oh.
Beautiful. Kian then says, Tom King writing Talia. I'm sure nothing problematic will come up there.
Here's the thing: he's mostly good.
He's fine. It's the tiniest thing, and it doesn't even affect the issue that much. Like, it is a problem, and I have to acknowledge that. But like, it is such a minuscule part of it. Let's see. And our final question for today, from Rose Panda, says, "What is your favorite aspect of the Bruce and Clark dynamic?" It's that they're friends, right? It's just that it's just that they're actually genuinely great friends, and neither of them want to admit how much they actually care about each other. Like, that's it. That's it right there. It's beautiful. I love these.
Yeah. It's that they are friends. They're good friends.
And now the shitty CW Super Friends song is going through my head. It's not terrible, I guess. It's Melissa Benoist and Grant Gustin in the One Flash Supergirl crossover that sang it together, and it's kind of cute.
I mean, at least the two of them can sing.
They're both great singers. Yeah. They're both alumni of the Glee days. I want to say Music Meister in that episode is played by someone from Glee, I think. So, yeah.
You're gonna make me look this up, aren't I?
There are also some great covers in that. They do More I Cannot Wish You from Guys and Dolls in that, and it's sung by John Barrowman, Jesse L. Martin, John Barrowman, Jesse L. Martin, and oh god, what's his name? Victor Garber. It's all of them, and it's that's great.
So the Music Meister is played by Darren Criss?
Yes, that's who it is. Thank you for the name. Yes, Darren
Criss, Harry Potter himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony Award-winning Darren Criss?
Superman Darren Criss from that one animated movie. He was in Man of Tomorrow.
You're right. He's Superman, and I think it's in multiple movies.
It's in multiple, yeah, but he only had the one solo movie. It was him and Alexandra Daddario as Lois Lane, of all people.
It's
a wild cast.
That's a choice. That's a choice. Those movies were, because that universe was also the universe where Long Halloween was adapted with.
Yes, that was Long Halloween. That was Crisis. That was the World War II Justice Society film, and something else. I want to say, I can't remember what now.
Wasn't there a Green Lantern one? Like,
yes, Beware My Power. That one was decent. Trying to think of what else now. I know there were other things in that universe, and it was so short-lived that I honestly can't give enough of a shit.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, that might have been a because they've kind of stopped doing a lot of those animated direct to.
Yeah. Well, with the James Gunn takeover, I imagine. Because I think Watchmen was kind of the last. Watchmen and Crisis were like the last big projects they released that they already had underway before James Gunn took over. So there's that. Anyway, I think that does our questions. And I think it's time to jump into Fresh Faced Correspondence. This is the segment of Fresh Faced Comics where I read out your responses to things that we've done in the past, be it past episodes or past episodes, Fresh Faced one shots, anything like that. It is worth noting at the time of recording, the Superman bonus episode is not out yet. So responses to the Superman bonus episode will be read on episode 100. So.
And subsequent episodes, if you keep commenting, like
that's true. Yeah. This is literally like any past episode you comment on. It doesn't have to just be like the latest episode or even one shots. Like, you can just comment on anything, and I'll probably read them out as long as you're not being a dick. So today we have 2 comments on Spotify from our episode on Batman: The Dark Knight 3 Master Race. First off, from our friend Marcus, says Frank Miller doesn't like Superman, in quotes. Marcus then says, suddenly Superman Year 1 makes sense. Okay, no, it doesn't. But Frank's decisions in that comic do. Yeah. It's Frank Miller doesn't like Superman, and I haven't actually read Superman Year One, but I know some decisions in that, and they're not good. Uh, so yeah. Then our friend JB says, "I'm not doxing myself, but when's the bonus episode where you two give your headcanons about me?"
We're not going to do that because that is parasocial, and we don't condone parasocial relationships.
We're actually friends, though.
Yes, but that's still weirdly parasocial. Like,
Jimmy also says, "Congrats to Jacob for getting where I go to uni, right?" Though. Oh, and yeah, it feels so weird to have overtaken you in Hellblazer reading. Yeah, it is seriously. The student has become the master in that case. So, but yeah. I think that about does it for Fresh-Faced Correspondence. I guess any final non-spoiler things we want to bring up before jumping into this properly?
It good. It very good.
Yeah, read book.
read
book. It's good.
I feel like I'm like I have a suspicion that I won't. The back half of the run in general is going to be more of a wild ride because, well. I know there's going to be some editorial mandates.
Yeah,
and
it's just the one thing, and it ends up affecting a lot of the run later on. But I mean, King being the talented writer that he is, I think he takes that decision that is ultimately not his and turns it into something that actually strengthens the run.
Interesting.
Yeah. More on that.
Especially because wasn't he also like he wanted to do 100 issues and he was kicked off at like 85 or something.
Yeah. And I think part of that also had to do with the fact that he was that like a lot of that 100 issue plan had to do with the big issue 50 change. So he was like, well, I just don't have as much story to tell now, and that's your fault, DC. So
yeah.
No. You know what, though? I do remember, God, it's been a while since I've read it, but I do remember James Tynion, who took over afterwards, did continue some of the Bruce Salinas stuff in a kind of vague, like, we're still kind of together way. It's post-King, so it's not bad, but, you know. There are problems.
It's a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess before jumping into spoilers, be sure, if you're not sticking around for spoilers, you can skip to the episode to find out what episode 100 is next time on Fresh Faced Comics. All kinds of fun things are happening there. So be on the lookout for that. Also, be sure to check out our Patreon, Blood in Studios Patreon, patreon.com/Blood in Studios. You can get all kinds of fun things on there, like Star Trek reviews, early Star Trek reviews, Star Trek commentaries, as well as Fresh Faced Extras. It is the conversation before the conversation. We talked mostly about scheduling beforehand. We talked about what it's like to schedule Fresh Face Comics, I guess, and teased a lot of upcoming episode things. So if you want to know,
I was looking ahead at what's coming up.
Yeah, if you want to know a lot of things about what's coming up in the future post episode 100 on Fresh Face Comics, check out the Patreon. You can find all kinds of fun things there. Also on there, if you subscribe to the Patreon at any tier, be it $1, $2, or $5, you can get your name in the description of every Blood Donut video on YouTube, and it just shows your support, and it's appreciated. It really, really is. So. I think that about does it. As always, I'll leave our link trees and Amazon links to the books we covered today and are covering next time on the podcast. You can buy those books and keep up with the podcast through there. I think without further ado, let's get into spoilers with Batman number 33. So
yes.
Kicking
this is going to be another one where counting the number of issues is going to be fun because
hey, I got this. Don't worry about me. I'm going to fuck up at some point, but I think
you're going to fuck up at some point. That's why I'm here.
Jacob, I ask you that you don't help me unless I ask for it, and I believe in myself. Okay.
Okay.
This is issue number 33, though. This is The Rules of Engagement, Part 1. Man, first we got to talk about the art. We got to talk about Joelle Jones on the art.
Oh yes, Joelle Jones.
God, she's wonderful, isn't she?
She's great.
Yeah.
I also think the first Tom King Omni includes story? Question mark. Like
includes what?
This story, I think it goes all the way through.
Oh really? Oh god, they are doing Omnis, aren't they? Fuck.
Yeah. They are now releasing this in omnibus format.
Yes. They're doing Omnis, and they're also doing those paperback Batman by Tom King releases. Which is really interesting. They're doing both of those at the same time. It's very
honestly, I will say I do like that DC is doing Omnis and Compendium, so you can get paperbacks that cover a lot and you don't pay as much. It's if only other companies that do the other company that does comics would keep their books in print.
We're very mad at Marvel right now. We're mad at Marvel for so many reasons, you guys.
Okay, here's the thing.
You guys have no fucking idea how mad we are at Marvel right now.
I have been mad at Marvel since this podcast began.
And I think right now we are in the perfect position for all that hatred to just bubble over, and it's horrible. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh God.
So anyway, we open the story proper with the shooting of a horse.
Yeah.
Also, you can. So Batman v Superman, and
yeah, we're taking the aesthetic of the Nightmare Batman suit. It's not a bad thing. It's a cool suit.
It's a cool. That is why they both have guns, and it's not just Selena.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess Batman v Superman would have been out for a little while at this point.
I mean, about a year,
because also by the time you get to the end of this deluxe edition, you can see that there are variant covers for Justice League coming up here. So
I was gonna say, well, because this was like 2017, so
yeah. So Batman v Superman has been out for a while now, but still, I mean, yeah, the aesthetic is there. It's some very light. Oh God, what's the word for it now? Oh my God, can't think of the word. Synergy. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. It's a very light brand synergy, and it works well enough. It looks cool. Bruce and Selena are on this journey through the desert on horseback, and we don't quite know why yet. But in the meantime, we do catch up with our Bat family back at Wayne Manor.
Mainly Dick, Jason, Damian, and Duke, because Tim is dead.
Tim is still dead. Tim is still dead. Or he may have just very recently come back, and that has not made its way to King's Run yet.
Look, here's the problem. Sure. Here's the problem. DC's been fucking over Tim Drake for like nearly 20 years at this point,
and that's why we love him. But Alfred enters this essentially this opening scene here. It doesn't actually tell us much aside from the fact that our family is together, and I think King. I just love reading King writing these characters. Like, he just really gets these characters and wants you to have fun reading them.
I was slightly disappointed that the rest of the Bat family outside of this arc don't really appear.
That's fair. I suppose I've always kind of taken the stance with modern Batman releases that, like, because the idea is so often that we have multiple Bat family books running at the same time, like, the whole family doesn't always need to feature in the main title. So I suppose that's always my rationale for it. And that was also true way back in the Scott Snyder run too.
Yeah, but like, I always want just a little bit. I like these guys. Totally. I want a little bit more of these guys. You spoiled me by giving me 2 volumes of Gail Simone's Batgirl, and now I want more Bat family books to read. But we can't do that because we can't have this be Batman and Batman Adjacent, the podcast.
I know, and if I could, I would. But I mean, here, I guess technically I can. I don't need you for this. No, I do need you. But Bruce and Selena, they are traveling to this city in the desert, and I forget who this guy is. Oh no, who's this guy that we're talking to? Can't think of his name.
I believe he is.
I don't think he has a name, does he? I don't think he has a name. Either way, they're traveling into Kadim for some reason. We don't entirely know yet. But Dick Grayson has apparently done some intel work out here, and they're just trying to find information out here. King is very purposefully vague in the first issue in regards to the Bruce and Selena plot. Whereas on the Bat family side of things, Alfred has some news to deliver to the family because we are post-war of jokes and riddles, and Alfred informs our Robins that Bruce proposed to Selena, and she has accepted. And I love their reactions to this. It's just dead silence, and Jason being the first one to speak up, like, what the hell did you just say? Or is that Damian?
That's Damian.
That's Damian. You're right, yeah, sorry.
You know what? I'm going to say one slight critique on Joelle Jones, and this is a tricky thing for any artist.
It's
the
so hard
Bat
to make.
Boys,
It's so
the
hard to make
Bat
the
Boys.
Rob. It's so hard to differentiate the Robins sometimes, like even for the best of artists.
I mean, it's part of it. Part of it is the weird history, especially of a certain Damian Wayne, of trying to lighten him up, and it's like he's. You can make him be not white. It's okay. Like
yeah.
That is how the Morrison run introduced him. Like just he can be.
Damian was pretty white even back in the Morrison run.
Yeah, but like you could be distinctive. Like
yeah.
There were some distinctive racial features in the Morrison run.
Yeah. So we catch back up with Bruce and Selena, who are traveling into this the city, and we get a great scene of Selena being Selena, lovingly flirting and going to kill somebody, essentially.
Yeah, this guy is against this guard in the desert appointed by Justice League. This whole idea of having this sovereign nation that is protected from outsider affairs in the Middle East, especially protected from outsider American affairs. Here's the thing. I've come to this conclusion about Tom King, is that Tom King does not like Donald Trump.
Oh, really, Jacob? Do tell.
And rightly so. So there's a lot of just there's a point later on in this book where there's like Trump shows up and it's weird.
There's just a lot of Donald Trump has been recently elected, and Jacob Licklider has voted for him, and we've all come to terms with that.
Okay, we don't need to. I have a couple of things, just because I feel like this joke might get a little too far.
You can say that all you want. You still voted for Trump, and that's fine. I've learned to accept that about you.
I was 16 when Trump was elected the first time, Joey.
Yeah, sure. Try to hide all you want. That's fine. But
Joey, listeners, if you can't tell, this is a joke.
It's either this or I got a joke about the guns, whichever you prefer.
Here's the thing: at least the guns have a grain of truth in them. Like,
oh yeah, oh god, I love this. I always love whenever he goes in this rant. Whenever he just wants to tell people how much he loves guns. Anyway,
you're making me lose it. I was gonna make a point about dancing, the use of dancing in terms of fighting, and also technically, it can also historically be used as a metaphor for sex. I had a point, but we now derailed that point.
We get another Bat Family scene. We learn that the Justice League is apparently getting involved in the action here, and Alfred is telling them all about the mission that Bruce and Selena have gone out on here.
I think what's interesting is I love the way Joelle Jones does Damian's expression. Like, Damian's putting together where Bruce and Selena are going. Which, if you're reading this, it shouldn't be too hard to put two and two together. Like, it's all there.
It's following up directly on a past plot point that has been brought up. But yeah, so in continuing onwards, Batman and Bruce and Selena are traveling alongside this guy that I keep reading. He definitely has a name, right? I don't know what his name is.
He's
been in multiple scenes at this point, and I feel like I should know it.
He is referred to as the Tiger King of Kandahar.
He doesn't have a regular name? Okay, all right, sure.
I don't remember if they actually gave him a name. But the whole idea is like, oh no, they're breaking the rules by going into this sovereign nation, and the Justice League is going to respond. And then at Wayne Manor, we get this scene where Jason starts pointing the fingers. For some reason, he thinks it's Duke's fault.
He's like, "You're the latest Robin. You're supposed to, brighten his dark side, all that crap." But like, I don't know. I think the implication here is very clear that Selena does do that for Bruce, and it's just it's sweet. It's nice. And then like we sort of like point the finger as like, like I'm not even Robin. Like Damien is Robin, and Damien it gets very open and emotionally vulnerable at this, and I really like that point because like he knows that where Bruce and Selena are going are to Talia to see his mother, and I like that Dick is there to console him for this as well. It's just it's a great little moment between them. We got our last page sort of reveal of Talia al Ghul, which okay, let's talk about the thing now. All right,
it's a harem. It's a harem. And it's a piece of this Orientalism that just so often seeps into Talia al Ghul appearances, and
yeah,
specifically Talia. It doesn't seem to seep in as badly, at least this side of Orientalism, to race appearances. And
it does seep into race occasionally.
No, just nowhere near as like this side of Orientalism, the sexual side.
Yeah,
and I think that's that's also partially because of if we're talking, undercurrent of sexism and how female characters are treated versus male characters. In
fairness, it is exactly one panel, and it's never properly brought up within the story. And like I don't know, it's easy to overlook, but yeah, it is still a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem.
To be fair, it's. As far as like overtness and usage of these things in the story, like it's less problematic than the way that Morrison uses Talia earlier.
On. Oh yeah, no, it's like
a singular panel versus her entire characterization in the early Morrison stuff.
Oh god,
yeah, it's
a
better.
Lot. I will say this could have easily been avoided. Like you could very easily just. Yeah, there are other ways to do it, like, very easily. Heck, you could cut out that top panel entirely. Pretty much. Pretty easily. I will also say, Tom King loves his puns.
Which pun here?
The rules of engagement?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
The entire story is a pun. Like,
yeah, it's great.
It's a pun.
It's a great title.
So much of this is he loves his puns, but yes, again.
Then we go into our next issue, Batman number 34, Rules of Engagement Part 2. A lot of this is just Joelle Jones gets to really fucking flex her art skills, and man, there's some great stuff here. Bruce and Selena are surrounded by a bunch of Talia's men, and we get to do a shit ton of great art here that I really, really love. That's sort of like the whole opening of the issue, and also it's Bruce and Selena being in love and they're complimenting each other the whole time, and it's adorable. It's great. We get Talia sort of preparing for battle, and all the while Bruce and Selena are fighting off her men. We get our first Superman appearance then, as
a little bit of a little bit of problematic things. All of her warriors have had their tongues cut out. That's another little bit of that Orientalism trope. So there are
suppose
things.
That also feels like something like that is just like genuinely set up throughout like League of Assassins history in Batman comics.
Yes, that more comes with the territory of these characters, but it's still a little problematic. But yeah, there's Selena has the penny drop that they're sent by your ex. Which is when I first got really interested, because I'm like, she doesn't know about Talia being the ex. Mm-hmm. So where's this story going?
Yeah. In the meantime, we do get our first Superman appearance in this volume, as Damian and Dick have decided to go following Bruce, but Superman is kind of there to stop them because, again, honestly, also much like King's current Wonder Woman stuff, we're dealing with the Justice League sort of having to deal with the political affairs of other nations and how superheroes kind of can't get involved in these things, and especially Damian and Dick shouldn't be going in there alone. And so Dick and Damian are left outside, and
there's the interesting thing about this is Clark leaves because he looks into Damien's eyes and sees something like, "Oh, there's an alien invasion in Central City." Like, so the Justice League was supposed to be mobilizing on this, and then they don't. So it's very much okay. This is personal. Also, you have Damien talking a big talk of, I'd use magic to stop you. It's like, sure you would, kid.
It's great. But afterwards, like, Dick and Damien are just kind of left on their own out here, and like,
it's because Superman's trying to stop them from getting in, and it's like, well, I guess I can't. And what's interesting is that they then decide to wait outside because Damien hears his parents talking.
And so they wait out here, and like, we get. I love the way King writes the scenes between Dick and Damien. Like, Damien actually just like thanks Dick for coming along with him, and like nobody else would like actually come with him. I don't know. I love their dynamic here, because also like it's the problem of consistently resetting a universe in comics where like Dick and Damien actually do have a ton of history together as characters that doesn't actually technically exist here, because they didn't spend time as Batman and Robin together.
Right, because it has the full everything is canon won't come into effect for like a couple years.
Well, we had conversions, which essentially established that like anything you want to be canon can be canon. So like King is kind of taking that philosophy here and saying like, hey, yeah, like I really care about the Dick and Damien dynamic from those days, and I want them to say like have this moment together where Dick says like from the beginning and all the way to the end, like they really do care about each other.
It does just make me more excited to continue the Morrison run, because like
so good.
Because that's where we are, and it's like I need to know how this plays out.
I gave you 2 Morrison episodes in this block, so be happy.
I can be greedy. I can be a little greedy.
No, you can't. Fuck you. But Bruce and Selina then are greeted by Talia at last, and oh man, the sexual tension. You could cut it with a knife. It's beautiful. They're great. We get a great sort of sword fight, or it would be a sword fight. Talia
first get the reveal that they're actually here. Robinson.
For Holly, because Talia has her, and we haven't seen Holly since all the way back in Rooftops, back in book 1, and so Talia fights Bruce. She's able to like stab him, wound him, and
Selina picks up the sword,
ending the issue on the promise of a fight between Talia and Selina. And like, God, I love them. They're so good. It's so hot. This brings us into Batman number 35, the final part of the Rules of Engagement, where at first we catch up with Holly Robinson, who, this poor girl, just this poor girl. She deserves so much better. But Selina is going to fight for her. We open on a sword fight then between Talia and Selina. And I love Joelle Jones's art. There's some lovely action here.
What's interesting is that this issue becomes fighting to an understanding of like Talia and Selina, because like I'll say what's kind of interesting is that, let's be honest, Bruce Wayne as characters had multiple love interests.
So many.
And multiple love interests that I'm going to be honest, I like the Bruce and Talia dynamic when written well.
It still rarely is.
Yeah, it's almost like, which is weird because you think Denny O'Neil wrote it down so well, so early on. Like,
yeah.
I find it interesting that it's these two end up having to come to an understanding.
Because the thing, when it comes to like Bruce love interests, like I would personally say when I think of like the love interest that I most commonly associate with Bruce Wayne, Selina's at the very tippy top, but Talia's like would probably be second.
Probably number 2. Because
if I had to think of anyone else, like
other than that, then you get things like, well, Vicky Vale, I
Vicky Vale,
guess.
Silver St. Cloud is one that I'm a personal fan of. I know
Julie Madison.
Julie fucking Madison. You know, Julie Madison as written by Scott Snyder, I'm so down for. Julie Madison anywhere else, do not give a fuck.
Golden Age Julie Madison.
No, fuck off. I don't care about or Batman and Robin Julie Madison.
Oh right, she's in that movie.
She plays off of George Clooney Batman in Batman and Robin.
You know. Here's the problem with that is that is a bad movie that I love because it is just so bad it's funny. But I always forget that it's like, oh right,
Julie Madison is
Bruce Wayne a love interest.
You don't need to. She doesn't need to be there. She's. But no, it's definitely like Selina and Talia are sort of like the primary too, and like sure, I guess it sort of makes this symbolic fight between them as like, oh yeah, who's the actual Bruce Wayne love interest? But the answer is so clearly Selina. Like Selina is the end all be all Bruce Wayne love interest for me.
I'd argue that they are kind of on this equal footing by the end of this. Like,
yeah, Talia and Selina by the end of this fight.
Yeah, by the end of this fight, this interesting like understanding. But like between them, as well as I really like what King does with Damian here. Like,
oh god, yeah. It's once again just that camaraderie between Dick and Damian that I love seeing consistently. You get this like sort of running joke where like Damian says some really cheesy shit. Is like, it means he's Batman and I'm Robin, and Dick starts taking the piss out of him because of it. And it's like they actually just care about each other. And
well, it's so much of Dick is like, hey, stop being the superhero platitudes. Just be a person and work through the fact that, hey, in a way you're getting a stepmother in a way that, like, let's be honest, is that like someone that probably doesn't expect Damian to treat her like a stepmother, because, you know, Damian's got his mother, who's never around, but is there. Yeah. Because it's interesting.
Yeah, it's great. I love the way King writes this dynamic here. We're playing this back and forth alongside Selina and Talia's fight. And Holly is sort of like witnessing it all happen. It's this great sort of mixture of like the whole fight scene eventually becomes played alongside this conversation between Dick and Damian. That once again just kind of decides on like, we can actually like move past the conflict and like just actually be a family together. And like it doesn't have to. King is kind of raging against the idea that comics kind of always have to stay the same, that we can't actually move on as characters. And like, I love that idea. It's something that I think you'd be hard pressed nowadays to find a comic reader that is against that idea. We can acknowledge that comics are cyclical in nature, but like,
here's the thing, even like if they were truly 100% cyclical, well, certain half of these characters in this book wouldn't exist.
You
wouldn't have Jason Todd. You wouldn't have Damian Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
You probably wouldn't have Talia al Ghul as a love interest. Like, these characters wouldn't exist. Like, they can develop and they can change. I also really love the idea that, like, Selina knows that Bruce is better than her, and she's just the idiot who's fallen in love with him, because she's not this morally good, pure person. She's a burglar. You know,
and it also, I mean, something that is just sort of like commenting more on the nature of the Bat-Cat dynamic. I love that. Selina can think that about herself, and Bruce should also acknowledge the fact that like the reason that he loves her so much is because he isn't actually all morally right and good, and like he loves her not in spite of her faults, but because of her faults. Like it's great, and to kind of acknowledge those faults within himself, like it's this beautiful idea. I love them so much. They're so good together. But also Selina totally kicks Talia's ass, and I love it. Selina saves Holly. They get her out of there. Bruce and Selena end up meeting with Dick and Damien once again, and they leave Talia behind. And it's this great idea. I love the way this story ends, and I don't know, it's
I love this panel between Bruce and Talia of, so this is your betrothed? I like her.
Yeah.
Again, there's this unsated understanding between these two characters that, like, yeah, we can see it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Damien comes to the conclusion that it should be because his dad deserves a chance at trying to find happiness, like, because that's for someone who's denied himself happiness because of his stupid war on crime, because King is very aware that, like, Batman as a character is this traumatized child who's never quite grown up, and it just has this war that he will never let go of because, reasons, and that's partially why we find him such a compelling character.
Like, Damien asks his father if he's happy here, and I love the way Joel Jones draws Batman's, like, genuinely shocked face at that question. He doesn't quite know what to think, and he looks at Selena and he says, "I'm getting there." And I just oh god, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous idea. Oh god. Anyway, I guess that ends the issue. Bring us into.
I mean, Batman. We end on some great, like, almost humorous.
Yeah. There's some great sort of.
We don't have extra horses. We'll have to ride two per. This heat should be about 14 hours. I make it 15. No, it's 14. Okay, Damien. Also, while you were inside, did you happen to see Mother?
She stabbed her dad in the back. So I stabbed her in the back.
Stabbed her in the back. I see. Well, the more things change. It's lovely, and that's the end of our first story arc.
That brings us into Batman Annual number 2. So this is a little different. So I need to know, before getting into this, actually, how much you know about the maxi series known as Batman Catwoman.
I know that it's something that it's basically an Elseworlds thing, right? Like,
yeah, definitely. And I'll say
that was like I don't know, touted as like the 12 issues King didn't get to write or whatever.
Yeah. Which at the end of the day just isn't true. Like, the story that King ends up telling in Batman Catwoman, you could never, ever do in a mainline Batman book. However, you have this annual, which I'll say is very much setting up the ideas King wanted to play with in like his ideal, like, actual version of the Batman Catwoman story in a main DC universe. That is now, like, that eventually became that maxi series, and that's all sort of gets set up here. But we have this story.
I imagine. Here's the thing. I don't know if we've actually talked about this, but we will probably be covering Batman Catwoman.
There is no possible world where we finish the Tom King Batman run and I don't have us do Batman Catwoman.
I was gonna say
before moving on to anything else. Like,
I was gonna say, like, that. I imagine it's like, here's the thing, because I've got this feeling that, like, we're just gonna be taking from Snyder to present day Batman, basically.
Yeah,
as sort of like the big as like this main trajectory. Like, we currently have 2 Batman trajectories going on right now. The Morrison run, which is its own already expansive thing, and then the new the present. And like, I imagine they'll be doing Rebirth Book 6, Batman Catwoman, Tinian?
Yeah, going into the James Tinian stuff, which would take us up to Fear State. Yeah, Fear State was his last arc. And then there's, like, a very tiny, brief Joshua Williamson run where he basically just sets up big Joshua Williamson arcs. He sets up Lazarus Planet. So it's not bad. He does Batman Incorporated stuff, and he does a crossover event called Shadow War that sets up Lazarus Planet. So
yes, but yeah, so this annual is interesting because I read it very much as, like, here's essentially a lot of who Bruce and Selena are and what they could be.
Yeah. This is a story called Some of These Days. We have a guest artist on this by the name of Lee Weeks. I don't know if you are familiar with Lee Weeks' art at all. I
believe Weeks has done something
have we
for this run before.
Have we covered Liebig's before? We might have. I don't know.
It's getting difficult because we have covered so many.
So much. But yeah, we have this story essentially of a story that shows us two opposite ends of Bruce and Selina's relationship, which is a very early days like Batman Catwoman dynamic. There's a scene like early on where she steals the Batmobile from the Batcave, and it's lovely. And she takes it out for a joyride, and like we see this early relationship develop in that like Bruce is constantly chasing her. It's very much like a is this it's definitely meant to be like she has figured out Bruce's identity, so we're kind of playing around with the when did Selina actually figure it out thing as far as like what is canon and what is not. It's comics, who cares? But yeah, like we have like her stealing the Batmobile, we have then her like sort of breaking into Wayne Manor and stealing.
Her leaving him. She continually palms and leaves mice.
Yes. Which Bruce then tends to. The implication is that he keeps the mice and keeps them almost as like pets. But yeah, Selina then like sort of like sneaks into Wayne Manor and like steals. Did you steal the pearls? It is where she steals the pearls, right?
It's where she, this is her third theft is where she goes to steal the pearl, pearl, not
that's right, a pearl,
implied to be like a pearl that Bruce absentmindedly picked up when his mother was killed.
Actually, I kind of like this really funny moment when like Bruce Wayne is chasing Selina through his house, and she's escaping from Wayne Manor, and she's like, and he's like, I will chase you out of here, and she's like, oh yeah, sure you will, Bruce Wayne. As like the cops are directly outside chasing Catwoman down. It's great.
And then all this great, it's that great questioning of like, oh, you're a criminal, and being a masked vigilante of the night, that's completely legal.
Yeah.
And she also tries to steal his bits off of his belt. Like, she gets a smoke bomb, and is able to run away and still leaves another mouse.
Yes. Yeah. And then let's see. Then we have the Pearl one. Is it? That's what you were describing. Sorry. Then we have let's see, the next theft, which is her once again returning to Wayne Manor. Is this where she?
This is where she goes on about how it's like where she's trying to make him better or he's going to die. And this idea that she's been watching him throughout his entire career, and you know that he's just a little mouse and she's a cat, which is fascinating. It's because it's the entire thing is let's do some parallel stuff with the pair of them. Let's see how, like, of course, King is always going to do the whole, like, Bruce and Selina make each other better. And though they're referring to this sort of, like, power dynamic between them here, like, the fact is, at the end of the day, they're equals. And we need to, like, sort of establish that. The sort of, like, first half of this story, the sort of, like, past stuff, does end with this, like, really gorgeous conversation between them, where they both, like, see each other without their masks on, presumably for the first time. They kiss, and it's this really lovely moment. I'm glad you get it. You and me, the two orphans lost to see the weak in one another, and now you want to help me? No, I don't want to help you. It's that very they kind of complete each other. And we then get. We get a little. We've been on the boat and been on the street joke, which is great. I always love that. But then this sort of takes us into the back half of the story, with art by Michael Lark, envisioning this future of Bruce and Selina as an old married couple, who just love each other so much, and Bruce is dying, is the implication, and. Batman is now Helena Wayne, which
the daughter of Bruce and
Yeah.
Selena. And in Bruce's dying, there's just these ideas that like Bruce is like sort of like well Bruce oh my god Bruce while he sort of like weakens and gets slower in his old age, there's just this spark in the two of them that that King just continues to like portray, that like they just can't shake, and they love each other, and it's wonderful. And like there's this great scene that we're in like saying farewell to Bruce, like we have presumably like the entire future Bat family around as Bruce dies, and
it's a big family. Like it's everyone is there.
It's future versions of all of our current Bat family members, as well as like implied children of those Bat family members. And then in the end, Bruce's last gift to Selena is this moment inside the Batmobile. And it's just I really love the way that the story ends. Her with this cat,
leaving her a kitten.
And it's just I gotta say, it's an interesting story to revisit post Batman Catwoman, the maxi series, that I'm now really, really excited for you to read eventually.
When we get to it, that's only...
Yeah.
Hey, after this, we only have 3 more episodes covering this run, and then we can read it.
Yes, that will be so few and far between.
Because it's the terrible thing of we're not doing many more Batmans after this for a while.
Oh god, we'll get there eventually. And if you want to have an idea of what's coming up on Fresh Face Comics, check out the Blood Donut Studios Patreon, patreon.com/BloodDonutStudios, to find out a vague idea of what's happening.
We discussed scheduling and like the structure.
But Jacob can't know things, so I can only say so much.
I can't know things, but I have to have a vague idea. Because we have to schedule things. It's very sweet.
But that does end the annual, taking us into Batman number 36. Here we go. This is Super Friends Part 1.
So
I love it so much. So
this is the big, let's take Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent and parallel them for 2 issues on a date night.
Yep.
And it's so
it opens on this wonderful idea that Bruce and Clark have been too scared to call each other since the proposal. like Clark, Lois like telling Clark just call him. You can just call him, and he's like no, he's the one who like he's engaged. You should tell me. But it's like, no, Clark, you can actually talk to him. Come on,
he's your friend. You can call him.
Yeah. Lois is working at the planet. Superman is stopping a train from crashing.
And his excuse is like, what? I am busy. It's like, right. And I'm sure he's sitting at home right now, twiddling his thumbs.
To which, of course, we see Batman and Catwoman fighting some thugs together, and Catwoman saying the same shit to him. Like, you could call him, and he's like, I don't see why I need to call him. You know?
At first, I love how it's like, Selena's like, I thought he was your closest friend. I don't know. Gordon is my closest friend. What? No, he doesn't even know your name.
Fine,
Alfred is my closest friend.
Yes.
Alfred's on your payroll. That doesn't count.
Am I not supposed to pay him? Do you know how many cucumber sandwiches he makes every week?
And then we go back to Lois and Clark, and Lois is like, I'd like to meet her. It's like, no, she's a criminal. I'm not going to tell our secret. It's like
Clark Kent being a fucking dork.
It's like, it's like, and Lois actually brings up the possibility. It's like, it's possible she might already know. Like,
yeah. God, King is just, there's just something about the opening of this issue that is just King on fire. Like, there's this great, like, snappy dialogue early on. That just kind of sounds
I want to see this animated into like a short film. Like,
oh god, I would love that. Oh my god.
It, and it does turn out, Selena's worked out the secret identity of Superman. Like, it's like,
She says, guy who always writes about Superman, who looks just like Superman, but with glasses and slick back hair.
It's like, if this is what you're holding back, debating whether to tell me about the clever reporters, I already know.
It's so good. Um, Meanwhile, Clark and Lois are sort of like investigating this plot together, and like the idea is that Bruce and Selena are doing the exact same thing. They end up investigating the exact same plot together. I get a lot more like no, I haven't called him yet. They're still just like avoiding the issue. There's an interesting idea then where like Selena brings up the possibility of like Bruce being ashamed of her. And Bruce is like, no, it's not that. It is two grown men that are ashamed of talking about their feelings. And yeah, I guess that's Batman and Superman in a nutshell.
And here they are. It's like, well, we're going to try to find this Dr. Axe who stole plutonium. Both sides are there. I also love, the parallel of Selena saying, like, Bruce saying, "Oh, you don't have to come. You're not my sidekick. No, I'm your partner. I don't need a partner. I know." And then Lois saying, Lois, the radiation, whatever whatever attacked me, he's connected to this. You don't need to be there. Let me protect you. I don't need protection. I know. And it's
it's good.
Building these parallels as they slowly start coming together.
Lois and Clark descend. They fly into this building, the exact same building that Bruce and Selena are sneaking into through the vents. As they keep having this conversation about each other as they're sneaking in there, they end up winding.
This lovely idea that the other is a better man than they're each better men than each other, which is it's great. It's reflecting on both of their origins for 2 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And it's building, and it's building, and suddenly they just happen to be on the same floor, and it is like the perfect comedic beat.
And the first thing Bruce says to Clark is, "You took the elevator." And then Selena and Lois meet each other for the first time, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Lois. You must be Catwoman." And so they, Batman and Superman save the day together, and they decide to go get a bite to eat. And that's the end of the issue, taking us into Batman number 37, which is the cover of the collection. And, oh god.
So, I mean, I do want to say, in that last issue, I love how the actual action of, like, the background plot is literally a panel just to quickly, like, punch them out and...
Yeah.
Get it done.
So good.
But yeah, 37.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super Friends Part 2. So
this is so Tom King got this idea of, okay, what if hear me out, guys. We made Superman. It's like Batman. And Batman dressed like Superman.
But what if we made it even better and made Lois Lane dressed like Selena Kyle, and Selena Kyle dressed like Lois Lane? So we have the premise of this issue.
Which is dumb. It is dumb. So
Bruce, Clark, Lois, and Selena go to a carnival on what is called Superhero Night. And because they aren't dressed like superheroes, they're not allowed in. So Lois and Selena specifically have the wonderful idea to dress up as each other.
Because it's like, first it's like, it's not like you guys don't have costumes.
Of course, yeah, they have costumes. So Bruce dresses as Superman, Clark dresses as Batman, Lois dresses as Catwoman, and because Lois Lane isn't a superhero yet, Selena dresses as Lois Lane, and we get the classic Selena Kyle just seduces the guy that is blocking their path in to get them all in.
I also love, while they're changing, it's like the S stands for hope, the bat stands for a bat. It stretches it better. And it's like, oh, I've got a plan. It's subtle. And the plan is just kiss the guy, just seduce the guy and be let in, and it works.
And so we get, and so hijinks ensue. We have all of our guys and gals playing carnival games together, eating corn dogs. There's a guy at at one of those like test your strength things, dressed as Lobo, which I find really funny. Um, we get my favorite page in this whole issue, which is the Tunnel of Love page, with Clark dressed as Batman and Lois dressed as Catwoman, just coming out of there being like, "Oh, that was nice." Yeah, it was nice. And Bruce dressed as Superman and Selena dressed as Lois, just making out furiously, coming out of the Tunnel of Love.
Also, I love the detail that Clark is wearing his glasses over the cowl.
He's still wearing the glasses above the cowl. Yes.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, well, we've got to make this dumb idea sell. So I'm gonna wear my glasses.
So good.
And I also love sort of that friendly banter of like, Clark saying, it itches. Oh, that's because of the Kryptonian anti-radiation tech I use. Bruce saying it itches. It's the Kryptonian anti-radiation tech that I use. For when I have to fly through a sun, or it's because you don't wash it every day like a normal person.
So good. God, it's so much fun. We get a baseball competition between Clark and Bruce. Also, I realized that you do I have to consciously remind myself whenever I read these issues, and you did the exact same thing, but out loud, that it's really hard sometimes to remember that they're dressed as different characters. So, like, occasionally, like, I'll just call Bruce Clark and Clark Bruce, etc. We get this great little scene actually here as well between Lois and Selena, and just like talking about how kind of hard it is to be the girlfriend of a superhero, specifically Batman and Superman. And
like our relationships are never easy, but you make it work. You kind of just have to accept it.
Yeah. And there's this idea of just like I love the line that Selena has, just like, it's just, when I fall, if I fall, he catches me. And I don't know. I like that idea. Again, we have Clark and Bruce having a dick measuring contest with baseball bats. It's great.
Well, it's also the idea of like, it's like, Bruce, it's an odd match that you're going for a criminal, and Bruce throws it right back in his face that it's not a match that you're going for that you went for a journalist. It's basically the people who could see right through to the real them.
Yeah.
And you get just more of this great stuff with Lois and Selena as they're both getting drunk.
Yes. I imagine I'm so sad we don't get like more of this in the future, because they have such a great friendship, and I love their dynamic so much. Then also somebody tries to rob Lois Lane. Someone dressed as the Question, first off, tries to rob Lois Lane and runs away with her purse. And so, Bruce and Clark being Bruce and Clark, what is it? Yeah, Bruce throws a baseball into the air, and or no, was it Clark? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, Clark uses his X-ray vision to like see through the crowd and see where he is, and tells Bruce where and when to aim. And so Bruce throws the baseball into the air and hits the robber, and they get back the purse. It's just a funny little moment. I like it. We get another montage of them like on a Ferris wheel and buying big Batman and Superman toys together, which are hilarious. Just there's so much to love here. I love these conversations that they have together.
It's the weird thing of like, it's superheroes doing normal things and taking that seriously. And it's like reflecting like, hey, we live in a weird world where we can't just do this normally. And everyone has a good time. It's great. They then, eventually, switch back, and we end the issue with back in their regular costumes, playing a friendly game of catch. Also, Selena stole the mugger's wallet. Like,
yes.
Just,
I also like the one line as they're leaving the carnival. again, Clark dressed as Batman just pats Bruce on the back and says, "Congratulations, she's a catch." Which Bruce says, "You did all right yourself." Talking about Lois fucking Lane, mind you. Yeah, it's just such a great issue. It probably my favorite story of this particular collection. I love these 2 issues so much. They're impossible to hate. Like,
it's way too. It's really sweet. It's so nice.
But yeah, I guess
I'm completely surprised where the back half of Super Friends eventually goes, which is a totally different story, but
very different story
in an interesting way.
Yeah. But that brings us then into Batman number 38 with a cover by Tim Sale, a proper, not a variant cover, an actual like main cover by Tim Sale. That guy, I miss Tim Sale so much. Every time I see the man's work, he's amazing. But yeah, this is the origin of Bruce Wayne. So this is one of the only like single issue stories in this.
One of two.
Well, I guess technically 3 if you count the annual.
But the annual's like a double length thing because it's an annual.
But yeah, so this it's a unique story. It doesn't have much to do with the larger volume or the larger King Batman story arc, but it is fascinating all the same, I find. Yeah, I guess
I will say thematically, it's playing with the Bruce Wayne's a child who never was able to really grow up.
Yeah, but it's something that King has been commenting on in the past couple stories in particular. But yeah, we have this kid whose parents were killed, who also has a who lives a very similar young millionaire lifestyle to Bruce Wayne. He's this kid with a butler whose parents were killed. The butler the butler is instructed to call him Master Bruce. It's just this little like little joke that they have apparently, and we're trying to find. We have Bruce talking to this kid, trying to find out like who killed his parents. So this leads us into a Batman investigation.
There's also this weird idea of like who doesn't love Bruce Wayne, which is our first indication that something's like it's like wait what? Because like it's like Bruce Wayne's.
I don't think the average person loves Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
No, like what? That's weird.
I do wonder. Because we're gonna get in the twist. It won't take us long to get to the twist. Did you suspect the twist beforehand at all?
Oh, I kind of clocked it immediately. My first note is so this kid killed his parents. Like
that's great.
It's. I've said this before. I've said this before about Tom King. I know writers who use subtext and they're all cowards.
Exactly. It's amazing. But yeah, we have an investigation that leads us to all the right red herrings, essentially.
The first red herring is, it's Victor Zsasz. There are 37 stab marks on the mother, 73 on the father. That's how he likes it.
Mm-hmm. We do. It is worth something. We also we have art in this issue by Travis Moore.
Travis
Moore, yeah. Yeah, good stuff. He draws a particularly creepy Victor Zsasz. I really love his.
Oh my god, everyone's kind of the man can do creepy.
Yeah.
Amongst other things, but God, this one's so creepy. This entire issue is just really creepy and dark.
Oh yeah. It gets surprisingly graphic, I think. It's great. But yeah, we have Batman investigating Zsasz and sort of like determining that it's not quite right.
Mainly, it's specific. It's like Zsasz was in Arkham the night of the murder. Like, it's like, and the camera feeds weren't faked. Mm-hmm. So, was there a pattern? What's happened? We don't know. We find then this letter gets sent to a bunch of prisoners, and then sent on to Batman, thinking like, "Hey, this might be something that's going to happen." Ideally, it's like, "Oh, this isn't part of this specific murder case," but it's like, "Hey, this is a weird piece of junk mail that's going to prisoners. Take a look at it." Mm-hmm. And it's got this fake Bible quote on it.
Yeah. Do goods deeds live on? But then Jesus said, "A lie? No, sin." From Ned 4:1, which leads us to I love the extreme lengths that Batman writers will go to reference Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil, because yeah, this takes us to Dennis O'Neil Avenue, back Ally No Sin, which is Dennis O'Neil a backwards, which is just fucking hilarious. And then yeah, 4-1 takes us to an address. We find these dead bodies, two dead bodies, once again trying to sort of set up another red herring here, taking us once again to just all the wrong places. And so Bruce sort of like goes back to this kid.
It's like a lot of it is working out like, ooh, is this going to be a new member of the Bat family, a kid for Bruce to take in? Because, you know, Bruce kind of has this thing where he takes in strays a lot.
Mm-hmm. And and so we also get this thing with like the two more bodies at an address that says like 2222, which is meant to sort of like frame Two-Face then. And once again, it's just like all these sort of hints that lead us in just exactly the wrong direction. And then sort of like one night, as Bruce is like laying down with Selina, he sort of like just wakes up and it's like, nope, it's not Two-Face. It can't be. Sort of like leaving Selina behind, taking us to Mr. Taylor, the butler, who we are led to believe is the actual murderer of this kid's parents. Gets another really gruesome murder. We don't see this one because it is implied. Yeah, he actually is he actually killed by this lion here? There's a lion here. I don't know if he's actually killed. I guess I would assume Batman doesn't actually leave him to die, right?
No, he can't.
Yeah, but also there's no other word on it here. It's very strange. Anyway, but yeah, there's essentially the only confession we get out of the butler is that like he controls the family's money, but like never that he actually did it. And so this kid is like, oh, well, you know, case closed, etc. But Bruce, something's still like nagging at the back of Bruce's mind, and sort of like lays this out more. It's like he's like, no, I won't do anything. The killing of the parents, blaming it on Zaz, then on Two-Face. It's fundamentally silly. It's almost childish. Which eventually leads Bruce to confronting this kid again, who we find scratching out the names of his parents from their grave and carving in Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne, not just on the grave, but on his face, which is so fucked up and so dark and just like, God, I don't know. It's such a strange, dark turn for a single issue story that doesn't really have much to do with the rest of the arc. And like, I don't know.
It's very much like, hey, Bruce Wayne is kind of a fucked up person because, you know, he's kind of a, you know, stunted child. That's what King is saying.
There's this line that like Batman has to him. It says like, "Stop it! You're not Bruce Wayne. You're a sick kid with dead parents." To which the kid replies, "Well, yes, but what else is Bruce Wayne?" And like, yeah, it's once again just that trauma that Bruce just can't work past. And King is, God, it just when I say things like this out loud, I get mad at DC editorial once again, because it's like, no, King is actually trying to say Bruce can move past this and Bruce can actually be happy, and it's. Why does everyone hate Bruce Wayne except for me? God, all right. Anyway, I guess that brings us into our next issue, our next story arc with Batman number 30. Don't help me. 39. 39. Yes, 39. I got this.
This is gonna say you're doing so great, Joey.
I'm doing so great. See, I am doing great. Thank you for the compliment, Jacob. If you want to hear Jacob compliment me again, go listen to Fresh Face Extras, patreon.com/Blood Donut Studios. You can listen to Fresh Face Extras and support us, please. But we get Super Friends Wonder Woman Part 1. This is sort of like a sort of, it's technically a continuation of Super Friends. It's very much its own story. It's
its own thing. I think even in like the paperback trades, they split it up like, but like the rules of engagement, the trade, I want to say ends with Super Friends Part 2, and then
I think so.
This one opens then with Origin of Bruce Wayne and Super Friends Part
Wonder Woman Part 1.
Part 1.
We have Joelle Jones back on art here, which I love. So, look, I get it. We get Joelle Jones to come in whenever we have to draw badass female characters, and I love Joelle Jones as Wonder Woman. It's so good. Joelle Jones drew Wonder Woman for a while in early Rebirth, and so she was kind of the artist associated with that character a lot at this time. And you can see why.
She draws a great Diana.
So good. Because we kind of have some brand synergy here. We have the Wonder Woman with the cape and a much more sort of armored, almost Gal Gadot like look.
Yeah, because it is 2017 or 2018, probably 2018 by this point.
I think so.
Yeah, it's hard because the book was twice monthly. I was gonna say bi-monthly, but
that would mean every other month. So yeah.
Here's the thing. It's the terrible thing of the prefix bi can mean every other or twice. It literally just means twice. So it could be every other or like twice. Like bi-weekly could be twice in a week or every other week. And I hate it. English is a weird language. I really like how a lot of this two-parter keeps Bruce and Selina separate. And it's another one of let's reflect on relationships in context of the impossible duty of being a superhero. Because so we have Diana turning on the bat signal to call Batman. Gordon looks so tired of this shit.
Oh, God, of course, he gets Gordon's attention first, and he's so tired. But Batman is already there, and so it is time to do something that Bruce and Diana agreed to a while ago, which is they've been contacted by the Gentle Man, who has faced the hordes of Gehenna. Thank you.
Which is another name for hell, often. So yeah, we're doing some imagery here.
But yeah, the Gentleman, he has forever faced these hordes of Gehenna, and it was agreed apparently a while ago that there would be a time when a period of time when he would be relieved from his duty, and that Bruce and Diana are here to relieve him of that duty at least for a short period of time. He had now accepted that offer, and yeah, it is time to fulfill that duty. We get a great little scene with Selina here, as Bruce reveals his Bat Knight costume to her, which she rightfully laughs at. But also, it's kind of cool. It's a cool costume. I like it.
It's silly. It's the right amount of silly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And also Batman with a sword. What's not to love? So we have Diana and Bruce then entering Gehenna to fight these hordes of demons, and we get some fantastic Joelle Jones art. And the Gentleman is released. He meets up with Selina, and we start seeing what life is like for Bruce and Selina in Gehenna. And
you mean Bruce and Diana? You said Bruce and Selina.
Yeah, sorry, Bruce and Diana. It's so common to just say Bruce and Selina in this run that I just defaulted to it. But yeah, Bruce and Diana, what life is like for them here. So we get sort of like a moment of respite between battles here. And this idea that like they've been doing this for a while now. This is later, and doesn't specify how much later, but they've been doing this for a while now, and the Gentleman is back in our world to go see his wife and to go just live a normal life, at least for a little while. And so Selina is going to take him there. There's like an attempt.
They're musing, and once again we're musing on, is Batman a good man? He's very popular, and that Selina's like, she avoids the question. And misdirects, and we keep getting later. And it's like, oh, another army comes. It's like, the Horde is everlasting, yes, but are we?
There is an attempted mugging on the gentleman and Selena, which they're able to easily stop.
He mentions that he's married. It's like, well, how does that work? Well, I'll tell you. After I call her, it's like, wait, what?
Something's weird here. We see once again later with Diana and Bruce as they fight more of these demons. The implication of time passing rapidly is definitely here, and I really love that idea.
And then the penny drops that it's like, well, so I haven't been back in Gotham for a year, but in Gehenna that is 1,000 years.
Yeah, and so
there's like, wait, they've been gone for hours already. How long?
And we learn that in the hours that he has been here on Earth, it has been 10 years for Bruce and Selena, and they have spent this time together. And yeah, so this is interesting. So we have this tease at the end of this issue here, of Bruce and Diana contemplating going in to kiss each other. A lot of time has passed.
Then they don't immediately in the next issue, but it's
that brings us into Batman number 40, Super Friends Wonder Woman Part 2, which opens on Selena so rightfully pissed. Just yeah, so pissed. But also, God, I love this 2-page spread first off that Joelle Jones does of Bruce and Selena, of Bruce and Diana by the fire. Just, oh God, they're so hot. I love them.
But on the first page, we find out like just the horrific idea that Bruce and Diana didn't know about the time dilation. Like,
yeah,
they didn't know, and it comes very much from this fear of like they never would have let me out to have this brief moment of respite if they knew. So it recontextualizes everything. Where like it's like, hey, they don't know if anyone's coming, and they're together.
I also just love this idea that like everyone is just being so goddamn human in this moment, and like I can't even really criticize any of them. Like it is Bruce and Diana not knowing if they'll ever even see their world again. It is the gentleman just understandably like wanting to have a normal life at least for a moment, no matter if he has to like deceive people that trust him. And like Selena being so pissed about this. I love this. King is really tapping into just incredibly human emotions here. I just really love. I think it works really well.
It works really well. I love the way that the two conversations are paralleled and presented, where we don't really see the Selena Julian conversation. We just see the Bruce Diana conversation, like, and we get all the text from Selena and Julian, and we get it that all Julian really wants, he wants to see his wife again. And Diana, much like Clark did in the first in Super Friends in the first half of this interconnected story, is basically like, hey, you be a good man to Selena because you deserve a happy relationship.
Yeah.
And if you aren't, I'll slap you so hard your pointy little ears will fall off, which again feels very compassionate. It's like,
oh yeah,
no, don't screw up. We're there to catch you when you fall because you have friends.
Yeah. And Bruce Wayne falls so often that he needs these people. Like, it's great.
There's some sides of fandom that forgets Bruce is gonna fuck up because he's a human and he's, a traumatized child stuck as an adult.
Bruce fucks up so often. Like, yeah, it's important to remember. But we do then get Selena taking Julian to see his wife, and they're able to like share this time together. And we're also following Bruce and Diana continually fighting the hordes of demons. On year 14 we see, and then year 19. And they've been doing this for so long. And also, they definitely fucked at some point in the middle of this, right? Like, I know the implication is that they didn't, but like, goddamn, I mean, that is such a long time.
I love the musings here almost immediately that Selena asks, is that it's like she has her own life. It is here, not there. and she goes, you go for all that time, and she just stays. Is that how marriage works? I thought it was something different.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know how marriage works. I know I love her, and I always will. I think King is very much also seeding the... Because let's be honest, Tom King... So I will say, one thing I know is that Bruce and Selena don't actually get married.
Yeah.
Because...
King is also setting up the possibility that they won't end up together, even though King very much wants that to happen. But here's the thing.
King wants it to happen. Tom King is also a writer of comic books, and he knows. Yeah,
that's exactly it. Tom realizes that, like, even if he does successfully get these two married at issue 50 and takes that run to the end of issue 100, and they're still together by the end of that, the next writer that grabs this fucking book is probably going to split them up again. And
if not the next writer, the one after that.
Yeah.
If not that, the one after that. It's gonna happen, which is
a shame. But at the end of the day, we can be as mad about the fact that it didn't happen as we want. It's just not going to stick unless someone really gets us to the point where Bruce and Selena are as definitive as Lois and Clark. It's just not going to happen. I would love that day to come. My God, I want to see that day.
It's a much harder day to come because
my God, we can't even keep Peter Parker and Mary Jane together.
I think it's telling that the one relationship that has continually come back and has only been broken up, I think it was only broken up since it was firmly established for only a small, not even 5 years. Like, the New 52 started bringing them back together right before the New 52 was over, correct?
And the New 52 didn't even actually break them up. It just put us in a universe where they were never together to begin with.
Yeah. I think the Lois Clark dynamic, because it's there in Action Comics #1, which we both read, it's there. It is springing off the page. That's why that one has lasted and has been allowed to change.
I mean, Batman and Catwoman are in Batman #1. Does that count for something?
That's not Detective Comics #27.
Shush! Detective Comics 27 sucks anyway. That's my hot take. It's not a good issue.
It's not all that. It's fine. It's fine enough. It is. Here's the thing. I've read Detective 27, and I was like, I made the mistake of reading it after reading Action #1, where Action #1 is
you never read Batman. You never read Batman #1 though, right?
I have not. I will probably be doing it late this year, early next year, because
Oh yes, because the World's Finest issue is coming out. That's right. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, you mean DC's Finest? Yeah. The DC's Finest.
Oh yeah. Sorry. What did I say?
You said World's Finest.
God damn it! Man, I'm so tired, man. Anyway, but we get more Bruce and Diana fighting the hordes, and we get Selena, understandably getting hey, can we wrap this up? Come on, it's we've been here a while now. She's like, and he's like another hour or two, and she's like, what is that? A fucking another decade? It's a problem, and. As
here's the thing, it's King once again does selective dialogue too, which is always fascinating because there's so many ways you could read. It's like, and what is that for them? A decade or more, and Selena can only just say, "I'm sorry," and
there's this great panel from Julian's wife where she just looks at him and it's once again just that brilliant idea of just these are just incredibly human emotions. These are just characters that there is no easy way out of this. Of course, we want to be nice to Julian because Julian deserves at least some time, back on our world. But it can't last forever, and nor can it last for incredibly long. Because when we cut back to Bruce and Diana again, it's year 24, and then it's year 31, and also these characters.
Year 31, I love year 31. It's like, I miss my dog. It's like, what? I miss everyone, the boys and Kat, the family. And I miss my dog, Ace. And Diana can just respond with, I miss my kangaroo.
You have a kangaroo?
I don't talk about it.
Okay. Her name is Jumpa. She
sounds nice.
She is nice. And I
miss her.
God. And so, we return Julian to Gehenna on year 37 of Bruce and Diana's time against the hordes. And God, there's just the singular tear then that falls from Selena's face when she sees them again. And then there's this conversation between Diana and Selena at the end where she thanks Selena for like saving them. And she says, like, you are a criminal, or this is what everyone says. You steal things, but I think maybe everyone is wrong. I think maybe you are a hero, and I am happy my friend has found his love in you. Just... I love these guys. I love them all so much.
And then I love the way we end. This gentleman, the next time he needs his break, what shall I tell him? Bruce is ready to literally just tell him he can go fuck himself.
But no, Selena says, tell him we are waiting and ready. Tell him this time Batman's wife will join her husband in battle. Anyway, Curb Your Enthusiasm theme plays, and we go into Batman number 41, starting our second to last story arc of this collection.
If I'm gonna be honest, maybe the weakest one. I mean, it's not bad. It's still really good. I still like it a lot. But I don't know why. This one just didn't hit for me as hard as all the others. Yeah, and I don't know why.
Maybe it's just the massive Poison Ivy fan in me talking. I really like this one. It's not my favorite thing ever, but I'm a fan.
It probably doesn't help that that in terms of the podcast for Ivy, it's hard to Ivy's hard, right? Because of just the trajectory of the character in general. Starting off as a campy 60s villain, evolving into, let's be honest, a queer icon. Like,
oh, totally.
We love.
I mean, and she is here. she's very much that here. Yeah.
Oh, but here's the thing: when Harley showed up, like things started to click in place more. At like, I was struggling a little bit, but then I'm like, Harley shows up. That.
Well, I think it might be interesting maybe to talk about these early parts of the story in retrospect, then, because the point of the story it becomes apparent when Harley comes in.
Yeah. Again, it does not help that I ended up reading this story. Basically, last night I read the last 4 issues. So this story and the last one, and I didn't have time to like. I don't always do second reads in between reading the first read and the second one, but sometimes I'll go back and like read moments, especially if it's a story like this where I feel something clicking, and then like just to see. But it's a thing about time, so maybe we'll see. But this is
this is Everyone Loves Ivy, and we have Mikhail Hannon first off on art, who is just fucking amazing. I love this man so much. I know I can't praise him enough every time we talk about him on the podcast, but he's amazing. I love his Ivy especially. There's just a perfect like sort of like softness to her features that Mikhail Hannon captures. And we have this idea early on here that Poison Ivy is going to try controlling a bunch of people. Maybe more than a bunch of people, pretty much the entire world. So we have her greeting people in their sleep and getting them under her spell, and we have sort of like Bruce waking up in the middle of the night and sort of like fighting this off, trying to at least. Like Alfred is very much like under control, and Bruce like goes to the cave. Selena sort of follows him down, and we have this scene where Bruce and Selena are able to get themselves under control and stop themselves from falling under this spell here.
Some sort of antitoxin that Bruce just happens to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the 2-page spread depicting the entire world falling in love with Ivy. Including Donald Trump, because oh boy.
Yeah.
This is 2018, guys.
In a panel directly below Superman.
Yeah.
Man, 2 episodes in a row talking about Donald Trump. How about that? These got to be like your 2 favorite episodes of Fresh Face Comics, right, Jacob?
Shut up. No.
It was easy. It was an easy one. You're the one that brought him up because you just love talking about him that much.
God, I hate this bit so much.
Is it a bit?
It is a bit. It has to be.
I don't know. What about the Pope here? Do you like the Pope? The Pope's on this page.
Well, I have a lot of thoughts about Pope Pope Francis.
All of them good, I'm assuming, right?
It's complicated. Not really, because I mean I don't like the. God, I don't want to go into this.
Come on, Jacob, say it. Say it.
Look, the institution of the Catholic Church has a long history of abuse and covering up abuse and being protective. Francis I, the nicest thing I can say is that he was less bad than some of the others.
Fascinating.
Less bad being the operative word. God. I'm just digging myself a hole, aren't I?
Like, I'm not stopping you. This is great. This is great. This is great material. All right.
We need a Jacob digs himself a hole because of this stupid bit for X amount of minutes.
God, someday I'm just gonna go through our entire podcast again and find all the worst things you've said in every episode and just compile them together.
I genuinely hope I haven't said too many bad things.
I said bad out of context things.
I was saying I have definitely said some shit out of context that like can be warped, but that is, I think that's anybody who talks. Can have
anybody who talks.
Anybody who talks and posts things on the internet can have shit taken out of context and it be horrible. Also, anybody who talks. I
am incorruptible. So Ivy has taken over the world, and Bruce and Selena are not taken over, and the entire world is out to get them because they're the only two that have not been taken over. We have Alfred, we have the Flash here. I like sort of like these moments of just like of Ivy like finding out, oh yeah, no, I don't have you two, and that's a problem. But
hey, I can still keep you under house arrest, basically.
Yeah. I love Ivy's little like plant palace she makes for herself. Then I say little, it's a massive plant palace, and it's once again just Mikkel Hannon flexing on everyone because my God, I love the art here. Really, really great stuff. How does he do it? Like, just blows my mind. But yeah, we have Selena talking to like Bruce, not Selena, Ivy talking to Bruce and Selena throughout all this.
Basically, where she's in control of the entirety of the green, which is an interesting idea. Like, it's like she doesn't want anything; she already has everything. I'm very curious to see what the fuck Swamp Thing is doing when this happens.
I don't think that ever gets delved into.
No.
But yeah, Ivy, of course, has the entire world at her disposal, the issue sort of ends with like Selena and Bruce both coming to the realization that like, yeah, it's the League, it's all of their families. How can they handle this? And Bruce just kind of ends the issue going like, I don't know. Like
we also established that the antidote is basically a vaccine. It'll protect you from getting the mind control. But once you got the mind control, the vaccine's not gonna do shit.
Yeah.
Because vaccines are preventative, people.
Jacob, tell me your position on vaccines.
Everybody should have them all, and they should be freely available, please.
Oh, fascinating.
And, yeah, no.
You don't agree with your god, Donald Trump?
No. Shut up.
Fascinating.
Shut up.
What about many of your other friends, many of whom I believe love guns, that also don't like vaccines? Jacob, how about them? Do you like them? Like those people,
Joey. The amount of people I've actually had to talk about out of anti-vax rabbit holes is that number is not zero.
So you're saying you're friends with a great many people that do not believe in vaccines.
Oh, not friends.
Okay, so you're saying that you've associated with them in the past, though. Therefore, acquaintances at the very least.
Curious, no, more than acquaintances. More closer
curious.
than that.
Very curious. Many families. Oh, you're saying your lovers have been anti-vaxxers. It's like, very curious, Jacob. I would be curious to talk to you more about this. We have some more Batman to talk about. So, Batman number 42 is Everyone Loves Ivy Part 2. Another gorgeous Mikkel Hannon cover featuring the League infected by Ivy going after Batman. It looks really great. very reminiscent, I think, of some of the end game stuff from the Scott Snyder run featuring.
Mixed with a little bit of Hush, like
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, because this is actually not our first Superman infected by poison ivy that we've had on the podcast. But yeah, let's see. Jumping into this, we have just once again, I love sort of the sort of like. We were actually talking about this recently on Fresh Faced One Shots. Tom King and conformity. I love the way he sort of like portrays these like news broadcasts of being like, today we celebrate as we celebrate every day, another day of peace and prosperity around the world. The guns are quiet, the children are eating, our home, our earth is healing. We are all happy, but of course we're happy. We're all in love, and it's just like I kind of love that. It's again King commenting on
if we can put aside the bit for a moment.
You want to talk about the line about the guns, Jacob?
No, I was going to talk about conformity and how there's that weird idealism. I'm glad this was written in 2018 because I have a feeling were it written 2 years later, it would be read very differently.
Oh yeah,
because of the pandemic, and it could have read very much as Tom King is anti-science, which I don't think he is. There's nothing that has led me to believe that he is. But this King is playing with like almost a classic sci-fi trope of like the prison. I don't know if it has a name. I like the idea of like the prison of pleasure. The prison of pleasure. It's like your Matrixes. Your Brave New Worlds,
your 1984, like it's
not quite 1984 because the people in 1984 are miserable.
That's true.
Like it is the opposite. That's why I did Brave New World, because that's kind of the opposite.
Yeah, that's fair.
In a way, you're if you know the Earth Like Haley Wins, where you're the ones who walk away from Omelas, where it's like everything is happy.
And I'm glad you're happy.
We got so close.
Jacob, come on. It was too easy. You lined me up.
So yeah, honestly, the Happiness Patrol is a good example of this.
It's a great
principle.
example of that exact kind of stuff. Yeah. I just realized we went an entire Fresh Faced Extra without talking about Doctor Who.
Yeah, we did.
And all it took was for us to not have a guest on. Everyone, listen to Fresh Faced Extras at patreon.com/Bloodhound Studios. You can listen to us yap about scheduling things. And also, for the most part, Doctor Who on all of our previous extras. That just keeps happening. But yeah, I like this idea then of like Superman watching Bruce and Selina and like not doing anything because he's just guarding them essentially. But we have like Bruce and Selina like going to Batburger, and also everyone's referring to Batman as Bruce because obviously Ivy would know that Bruce Wayne is Batman now.
Because they're all Ivy. It's also, I love how it's Bruce and Selina are just kind of like bantering. It's like, well, we're still gonna have a wedding. I didn't really want a big wedding, but I suppose we must be there. Why don't we just invite Ivy? That should cover it.
It is so good. It's like, and Ivy can give me away. Won't that just bring tears to everyone's eyes? Now we still need someone to do the flowers, maybe Ivy. And as for guests, I never wanted a huge one again. It's so good. Very funny.
I know there's this other thing that's like, I want you to know. It's like, come close. I have to tell you something I don't want her to hear. I want you to know I love you. Well, that's very interesting, Bat. I'll try to keep it between us. But, with the wedding. And then Bruce whistles, and because they know that Clark is following them the entire time, and it's sort of like it obviously messes with the super hearing. So they're able to like knock out Clark temporarily, and so they're chased after by our Flashes, our Barry Allens, our Wally Wests, our other Wally Wests. Our Wallace Wests.
Yes.
This is the point where Wally's actually got a different costume.
Yes, Wally's got that Titans costume from early Rebirth.
I know some people don't like that costume. However,
I'm a fan. I don't mind it, and I know exactly the point you're about to make. Yes, it does help you. Jacob, I think it's just a skill issue. You've been reading comics for nearly 4 years now. You should know the difference between your Barry Allens and your Wally Wests.
Here's the problem: we've read Majority Barry as Flash.
But
Like,
you have seen many issues with these two Flashes side by side in very similar costumes. You should be able to see the differences, Jacob.
I don't know why I get so tripped up. I don't know why. Like,
that's my favorite mini saga throughout these first 100 episodes. Is you still not being able to figure out?
It's not even. I wish this was a bit. This is just genuine.
It's genuinely which. It's amazing.
I can tell the different. I can tell I can tell the different Robins apart pretty easily. Like,
yeah.
Like that's usually pretty easy.
Oh man, amazing.
I can't do the Flashes.
Anyway, Bruce and Selena are then captured, held by the League, dangled above a building with Clark, Diana. I also have Jessica Cruz watching over, which is nice. They haven't had Jessica Cruz on the podcast in a while. But yeah, we have them captured here. Sort of like
I love that they're just flirting throughout this. It's like, I'm not entirely sure Ivy's getting the whole fear in the heart thing either. Yeah, you're letting them eat on the burgers, tomato, lettuce, onion. I could have ordered a salad. A whole planet consuming all that green, all those plants dying. It must be killing you. And it just keeps going.
Yeah, and they're just like, Bruce is just goading Ivy into physically attacking him with the power of Superman, and it is a brutal fucking ending to the issue. My God, it's one of those panels that just lives in my head. It's so good. Because yeah, eventually like Ivy lashes out with the power of Superman, punching Bruce full in the face, and it is not pretty. Yeah, just a really bloody, gory panel, and I really love it. It's a full page. It's awesome. But Selena is then brought before Ivy as Bruce heals in a hospital, and the issue sort of ends with Bruce finding out that his doctor, as he's staying in this hospital, is the one and only Harley Quinn.
We've also been reflecting on like the fact that of what Ivy has done in the War of Jokes and Riddles.
Yes,
that it's weighing on her. And it's like she kind of wants redemption. But hey. Yeah, the big thing is, you need strength, you use Superman's strength. You need help the recovery of someone with a head injury, you use someone with 4 PhDs in neurology. No, after getting hit that hard, after making you hit me that hard, this was exactly what I expected put in, and here is...
And things are so starting to click, and like you just tell that Bruce has set everything up and knows how to take down Ivy. And that brings us into Batman number 43, the final part of Everyone Loves Ivy. Bruce is surrounded by not just Harley, but various super family members. Selena and Ivy are still going over the whole, War of Jokes and Riddles thing. Like Ivy is still like reckoning with that. Kind of the implication that she was taken advantage of at a very young age by Riddler and his crew. Like
this interesting jealousy of Selena being like, you were able to not pick a side. How the hell did you do that?
Yeah. And the implication is just that like Ivy didn't have a choice in the matter, that she didn't actually have any agency in that whole war, and she was being used. Which is why the inclusion of Harley Quinn in this is so important.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get in the hospital here this idea that Bruce is starting to get to Harley on the inside.
Mainly because Bruce
control.
knows that Ivy's been hurt, and it's like you want to do a good thing, but you can't do it like this. And Ivy pushes back from the possibility of being fine.
Mm-hmm. And so, as we start breaking through Harley's control, also, I think I just want to talk about how important this actually was at the time, because
this is 2018.
2018, Ivy and Harley being a thing together isn't and is a very new thing and is very much still kind of controversial at the time.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that like the thing that put the Harley and Ivy relationship on the map, no matter how much you like or dislike the show, is the Harley Quinn animated show. Like it had been an idea in the comics brought about by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti.
It was. I mean, it has its roots in the in Batman the
does.
animated series.
Oh yeah, like, and it's very much like Paul Dini shipping them more than anything. And also, if you didn't think that was there from the very beginning, it very much fucking is. Rewatch the episode of Harley and Ivy, you fucking fool. But
honestly, like yeah, like they're
it's all there. But
it is so it's like it's were this made 2 decades later, it probably would have been made a little more. I mean, probably would have been made explicitly a thing. Like
yeah. But at this point in this issue, like when Bruce like brings it up and to start breaking through to Harley, like it is this really important moment to just outright say to the audience, no, these two are a couple, these two are in love. Like it just acknowledge that, and that is what is going to save the day here. And I really love that. It's a wonderful idea, and yeah, it's a huge thing to be doing in 2018, which is so much longer ago than I think it is.
It's here's the thing, it's both so much longer ago and so recent that it is always a shame that this is still something controversial as late as 2018. As late as 2025, there's still queer characters that are seen as controversial and wrong.
Oh yeah. I'm so glad we've gotten past the point where Harley and Ivy is controversial. Like that is, I'm so glad we put that behind us. But yeah, no, there's still a long way to go with a lot of other characters. And,
I'll also say one thing we haven't entirely talked about in this sequence. I love how Bruce comes to the conclusion. It's like, you are most everybody, but that doesn't mean you're Harley, because Harley isn't most everybody. Before Cat, I wouldn't have understood. Now, everyone else, you could live with them losing their everything. But you and Harley, no, not her. You and Harley, you very much are. Like,
yeah.
And there's this idea that, like, Harley is right under the surface of the mind control, because...
Yeah, because it's this flicker of recognition that Hannon draws on her face. Like, it's yeah, and of course this causes this sort of break in Ivy's control, and it allows Selina to start to break through her, and she starts losing control on all of the super family around Bruce here. And so
it's like, I love the timing where it's like, well, Bat's only got 14 seconds to wake up Harley, and I got 15 seconds to wake you up, or else the planes will start falling out of the sky. Like, yeah, because everything's got to slowly fall.
We get another one of those great fucking Mikkel Hannon pages where he gets to draw a full page of Bruce breaking Harley out of a hospital window, and it's I love those pages, man. They're so good. There's another one in the next issue that ends up being the wraparound cover on the deluxe edition.
Yes,
and it's so good. I love whenever he does those. They're just amazing. But Batman takes Harley to Ivy. They are reunited. Love saves the day, and it's so sweet. I can't complain about this. It's so great. I do have to ask, now that we are essentially like at the end of this story, has your opinion changed sort of looking back on it?
I might still have shifted around a couple of things, especially in that first part. The first part's all set up, and it's a thing that King likes to do. I think I might have shifted around the structure, but no, I still like this thing. This is good. It's good. Great.
Yeah. We would also get another flashback to War Jokes and Riddles as like just we show what a piece of shit Riddler was throughout all that. It's good stuff. We end out our issue with Harley and Ivy reunited, and Bruce and Selina finally free from all this, and like just being happy together. I like that, and it also just this, but there is still this layer of like King is kind of starting to set the seeds, lay the seeds of like what will eventually be will be the climax of this wedding arc, and this implication that there is some doubt bubbling beneath the two of them.
Yeah, it's there.
It's not, again, and it's not a bad thing. Like we've already laid out like why essentially at the end of the day, it was always going to happen, but like it doesn't make me any less sad about it. But
yeah.
if you want to talk about great Batcat wedding content, my God, let's talk about the last issue today. With
The best issue of the
Batman
collection.
number 44. I think Super Friends and then this, but yes, sorry, the Super N issues, but yeah, this is very close. Let's talk about this. This is what's the title of this one? I forget.
This is Brighter Burglar.
Burglar. Oh my God. So yeah, we have a mix of artists here between Mikkel Hannon and Joelle Jones, doing sort of two halves of our story here. There is this idea of like time passing here that Tom King opens the issue on, of like Selina waking up in the middle of the night and taking the time to go out into the city. There are some flashbacks that happen early on here because we get.
So the plot is Selina Kyle goes out into the city to steal a wedding dress.
Mm-hmm.
That is all that the plot is, but we intersperse it through all of these flashbacks. We flash immediately back to Golden Age Femme Fatale Selina Kyle.
Batman number 1, sort of Bruce and Selina together for the first time, as drawn by Mikkel Hannon. So of course it's gorgeous. But then cutting through like more Golden Age stuff of like Batman and Robin chasing down Catwoman and more of her early appearances. And then we have Selina breaking into like this sort of bridal shop, looking through these wedding dresses. Through all these like Golden Age flashbacks.
I think the third flashback might actually be early Silver Age. It might be early. Silver
yes,
Age.
I think you are correct.
Especially based on the way that Batman's drawn, and I think the use of red might be a Silver Age thing.
Well, no, because I think no. Bruce is drawn the same as he is in the previous two flashbacks. I think Silver Age is when we get to the green costume.
I think that's possible.
We're
going through basically almost every big Catwoman look, except the one where she had like a cat's head thing.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, and all the while, like it's just this idea of like time passing, both in the present and the past, of like showing her past encounters with Bruce, and in the present as like this time ticks away. There are these little like reminders of what time it is as she's trying on all these different things, these different wedding dresses, and just never quite finding the right one until the very end. It's a wonderful idea of Selina being kind of unhappy no matter what. Like she can't quite find the right one because there's this idea of like her never being truly satisfied. And once again, we're back to that idea that we were just talking about last issue of like King laying the seeds just in case this doesn't work out. And Selina thinking that herself as time continues to pass around her. Of course, the dress that she does eventually decide on is fucking perfect. My God, look at that thing. I love that dress so much. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It works both for a wedding and a funeral.
Yeah. Yep. Which I suppose is the idea, isn't it? There's also I don't know if you took a look through the variant covers at the end, but there is a reverse of the cover of this issue.
I did. I also think that the reverse is used on the trade.
Yes, I believe so. Yes. Yeah, that sounds right.
We get that Mikkel Hannon
doing that jumping across the rooftops. Oh God. Beautiful stuff. And then
what is like these characters change until and they're going to keep changing, and things are going to fit perfectly, and
we get this great last page where Selina returns with the dress, and Alfred sees her as she returns, and she puts her finger to her lips, and Alfred keeps to himself because Alfred is Alfred, and Alfred's amazing. And I love, what, we haven't talked about it enough. I love the way Tom King writes Alfred. Like he doesn't use him a ton, but enough that like I always feel whenever Tom King writes Alfred, like
it's always for a purpose.
Yeah, it's a very small appearance at the end of the issue here, but it really lands. And there's this understanding between them. You look at the idea that Alfred always really liked Selina, like just always really appreciated her as the one for Bruce, as a person in her own right, and I love that. I love that idea. But of course, she rejoins Bruce in bed, and the issue ends there. And as such, the collection ends there. Yeah. So you said this was your least favorite of the first three collections?
Yeah, only slightly.
Okay. I mean, overall, the quality is so consistent. I think in this run.
Oh, here's the problem. Yeah, if you go to my Goodreads, they all get like these are all. It's the terrible thing of. I've given each of these deluxe editions a 9 out of 10. Like,
yeah, that sounds
like,
right. Yeah,
it's this weird thing. It's like there's all in each of them. There's something that stops it from being that perfect 10 out of 10. Depending, though, there have been like 10 out of 10 arcs. Like
that's fair.
But it's the tricky thing of can't be like individual arcs versus the full thing. Like, so I'm like, here we go. This is all great. I do like a lot of this, as well as just a lot of what King's done. I'm both excited to get back to it, but I'm always kind of glad we take long breaks between the King Batman episodes.
I mean, part of it is because we're doing the deluxe editions. Like, there's so much to cover in any given volume of it that we're essentially covering about as much in the same amount of time as we were, say, back in the Scott Snyder stuff. So it's it all works out in the end, and also like we only did episode 50 not even quite 2 years ago, and we've covered 44 issues in that time. Like it's a fair amount of coverage, I'd say.
It is a fair amount of coverage. Plus, we've been doing other Batman stuff too, to not just be doing this.
Yeah, and also we've been diversifying our episode output more and more as time goes on. So yeah, I'll say also, like, if on the amount of Batman episodes we've done over time, if you go back and listen to Fresh Face Extras, patreon.com/Blood Studios, we talk about how, like, we realized that within the next year of Fresh Face Comics, after episode 100, there's not going to be any Batman for a while. No Batman dedicated episodes, at least.
Yes. He's going to show up. If I had to guess, I'd imagine we'd be getting at least one Batgirl. Maybe a Nightwing? Maybe?
Like, yeah, it's like Batman is going to show up in other things because it's DC Comics, of course. But no, we don't have that many like Batman dedicated things in the immediate future, which is why I'm also really glad we're doing this 5-episode Batman block to lead up to episode 100. Even though Final Crisis wasn't technically a Batman thing, it was necessary for the Grant Morrison Batman stuff.
I mean, it also helps that outside of this 5-episode block, we've had one other Batman episode this year with RIP. Last year we only did like
4, maybe.
Honestly,
maybe only 3.
I think only three.
Yeah, because it was Batman and Son, Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, and Rebirth Book 2.
Yeah. So
that sounds right. Yeah.
3. So so like.
It's just a matter of just diversifying your output, and not everything we do can be Batman. Unless you ever wanted that, just let me know.
It's a terrible thing. I don't.
You do kind of want it, though, don't you?
I do kind of want it, but also that it's like, but only Batman, like.
There's so much Batman, though. DC Comics' output is half Batman. Like,
and
as my aunt always lovingly puts it, it's when you're advertising your comics, there's the letter B, and then there's the letter Batman. It's
this is true.
Yeah, it's great. But I think as we're sort of talking about Batman in general and the direction of the podcast in general. Jacob, I think it's time. I think we should reveal episode 100.
Okay.
Oh God! This is a weird moment. Holy shit!
This is weird.
Okay, yeah. God, here we go. Episode 100. What do you think is coming?
So I talked about this in extras, but I think we're going to be doing Haunted Night.
Interesting. Like, your reasoning?
Because we started with Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. I think tying up episode 100 with the final Loeb and Sale Batman book would be great, but I don't think it's just that. I think there's got to be something I'm missing. Because Haunted Night is 3 issues. Like
that's true. They are all double-length issues. I'll say that.
Still, that feels a little small.
Yeah.
But also so thematically appropriate.
If that were the case, and do you think there's something else? Do you have anything else to throw at the wall?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, here we go. So I'll say this. In planning episode 100, I had this planned for a very long time. I was like, I knew what I wanted episode 100 to be for a while. I didn't want to just make it like a single book. I had this idea of what I was calling on my head, and what I'm going to end up calling the episode is going to be the Batman Spectacular. So we're celebrating a couple things in our Batman readings, and a couple things that I think are really important to talk about. So of course, yeah, you're right. Obviously, of course, we're going to cover Haunted Night in episode 100.
Okay, I'm right. Yes.
Naturally, it is the natural conclusion to where this podcast began for episode 100, to celebrate 100 episodes of this podcast. Not, of course, that we're stopping at episode 100. We have many more to do after this. But yeah, we're going to do Haunted Night. So that's going to be great. But also because we're celebrating 100 episodes of the podcast and a lot of Batman reading over that time, I think it's well over 20 episodes of our first 100 have been dedicated to Batman alone. I think I want to talk about Batman history in general. So I'd like to, for just very rarely in this very moment of time, I'd love to cover some single issues of Batman in here. Oddly enough, things we've talked about previously in this episode. I'd love to talk about Detective Comics 27. I'd love to do that just for on a podcast episode. So we're going to do that as well. And I would like to also cover all of Batman #1. It's a long, like 60 odd page first issue for the actual Batman title.
Oh my god!
I'd love to talk about that as well. So that's like, I think 3 stories in there as well. So all of that, Detective Comics 27, Batman #1, and Haunted Night. And I'll say this, because I've told you this multiple times now, I had to adjust what episode 100 was going to be, because I had one other celebratory thing that I wanted to include in episode 100.
It was going to be what became last Halloween number 0.
So it was going to be the fucking long Halloween, what was at the time known as the Long Halloween Special, but then I couldn't do that because they made that the last Halloween number 0, so we ended up covering that on one-shots, so it kind of decreased the celebratory nature of episode 100, so now it's just 5 issues instead of 6, whatever, it's fine, I can handle that.
I mean, if you want to add a 6th, we could go do it, because we haven't really represented in this block Alan Moore at all. We could go talk about that one Batman annual too. Toss that in there just at random.
Oh, sure. Why are you talking about the Clayface one, right?
Yeah, the Clayface one.
We both have it. Let's do that. Just for the hell of it. Let's do some Alan Moore. Yeah, sure. Whatever annual that is, what, 20 something, or I can't.
We will put a note. You know what?
We'll put a note in there.
We'll note in the description of exactly what we're covering.
Yeah. That'll be that, yeah. So that's our Batman Spectacular coming up for episode 100. Of course, though, it is episode 100. I'm not just gonna do that. There are other surprises in store for episode 100, but you'll have to tune in next time to find out exactly what those things are.
I have some guesses for what they might be, because we've talked vaguely about certain things.
We've talked vaguely about this. I'll say the plan has slightly changed since we first had those conversations.
I have a feeling you've been doing things behind my back.
I have been doing things behind your back, and I kind of love that. But yeah, that'll be next time. That's our 100th episode, and my god, I'm so excited. As always, thank you all so much for listening. I think let's do some promotions now. Jacob, what do you have going on in your life?
I have my blog, which in the last week has actually been, I've gotten quite a few things up for review. In terms of comic things, I've actually been starting to review the 7th Doctor Who magazine comics.
Blech.
It started off not great. However, I know there's a point where they get brilliant because they start tying into the new adventures. But they've been such a weird journey. I've only done 2 of them. I have released recently a review on the Star Wars novel Cataclysm, as well as hopefully we'll have gotten a review on Path of Vengeance by the time this comes out. I'm about 2/3 of the way through the book as we're recording. So,
it's so good. It's so good, isn't it? It's so good.
It is. It's good. It's good. There's some things that are interesting because it's Cavan Scott, and I'm like, Cavan Scott, I know how dark you can get.
It's so nice to be having you read Star Wars novels from a writer that you're very familiar with because of Doctor Who.
Because of really dark Doctor Who. Like,
oh yeah, exactly.
The Project trilogy.
Someday I'm gonna have you go even further into your High Republic stuff and have you do the comics, because Kevin Scott writes all of the Marvel comics for High Republic. There's some good shit. But yeah. Also, as far as Blood Dodo goes, you do your Star Trek promotion first.
Oh yes. Also, I review Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah, you do.
I will have just done. Sorry, it's the problem of I've actually been reading other things when it has for such a long time. It's just been a lot of Star Trek.
It's Contagion, right?
Contagion, yes,
yeah.
Contagion. I hope it's good, especially after the episode.
It's solid. Yeah, it's solid.
Especially after the one that I just did, because
yeah,
at the time of recording it was the Dauphine, and that was
not a banger, not a banger.
No, that was bad.
Yeah, if you also like his Star Trek reviews, you can check out my Star Trek reviews on the channel, Blood Donut Studios. I do them with my brother. We do video reviews every single week. We also just put out ours on Contagion. If you go to the Blood Donut Studios Patreon, patreon.com/Blood Donut Studios, you can get early Star Trek reviews at the Ensign tier and the Ensign tier and the Lieutenant tier. You can get our early review for the Royale, as well as also if you're at the Lieutenant tier, you can get Star Trek commentaries. We're going through TOS at the time of this coming out. We'll have recently done The Naked Time, and we have the Enemy Within coming up soon, as well as Fresh Face Extras. You can get the extra conversation that happens before we record. We sit down to record these episodes. All kinds of fun stuff. Like I said, we were talking scheduling. We often talk Doctor Who things on there. We even did a Fresh Face Extra for our bonus episode for Superman. So there's even more extras on there than there normally is. And we put that out at the same time as our Naked Time commentary because we love you guys so much. And I don't know, just check out the Patreon, please. It would mean a lot.
We'll also talk about like other things that we read, and usually non-comics, because
totally,
because both of us read quite a bit.
We also do. It's also the reason that Jacob reads Star Wars books is because of me. We do book exchanges, so he has me reading a lot of fantasy shit, and I have him reading Star Wars shit. It's all kinds of fun. I recently read The Princess Bride, so that was good. Let's see. What else? Also on the channel, we do R2BD. It's our Star Wars show that I do with my brother. We at the time of this coming out, we have recently put out our episode on Master and Apprentice, and coming up soon, we have our episode coming out on Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void by Tim Levin. So that'll be out soon. Then we're getting back into some comics by Jason Aaron and Kieran Gillen soon. So check all that out. Also, there's a spinoff of this show, Fresh Face One Shots, where we cover current comics coming out, talking about Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, the spinoff of Wonder Woman, as well as Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, the end of the Long Halloween saga that actually will be finishing up after episode 100. So that's going to feel even more bittersweet now. I think. It's gonna be so bittersweet. That's gonna be so sad. Oh my god. And then we also covered the Uncanny X-Men for Now by Gail Sapone. I'm so sad. I mean, I'm sad about everything right now.
We are going to be continuing X-Men post the big switch up that's coming at Marvel, mainly with the book that's Unbreakable X-Men by Gail Simone, because we do adore everything that Gail Simone has done.
My God,
we are just quite sad about some of the editorial decisions.
I will kill someone at Marvel Editorial someday. This is not a joke. This is a joke for legal reasons, but it's not a joke. Also check out our link trees, our socials and everything will be in the description below. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. As always, just make sure to check out the Blood Donut Studios Patreon. Any support there means the world to us. Check out the Blood Donut Studios YouTube channel. You can subscribe there. Subscribing is the easiest and quickest way to show your support for us, as well as commenting, subscribing, leaving a rating wherever you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc. Be sure to comment. You get your stuff right out on Fresh Face Correspondence, and I don't know, you get to support your friends at Fresh Face Comics as we approach 100 episodes. All right, I think that about does it. Thank you all so much for listening. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.